Hello guys, welcome. Today we have another video for you. Today we are working on a new traffic light today. Um, Rue DOT here in my world in Rue States has installed this new lovely traffic light for us to work on using TC traffic control. Um, we have a computer here for open computers. The last video, which will be linked down in the description as well, as long as all the stuff you need will be in the description as well. But the last one I didn't really go over advanced traffic lights like this, where you may have a frame like this inside the cycle. It only went over a diversion diamond, which is kind of like a basic one where you don't need to call two bulbs at the same time. So it's pretty easy to set those up. Also, I got a lot of feedback saying that it was a little bit hard to follow along on that one. So I'm going to try to make it as followable as possible and more descriptive using an actual intersection this time, not just a diversion diamond. But again, once again, I would like to remind everyone that your phase setup does not matter. It's as long as you code it in the correct setup. Base code that is provided in the description will be helpful, and that's what we're using here in this video. So just keep that in mind. That's what we're looking for. But let's go ahead and get to some coding here. To get started, you need to make sure you have an open computer set up in the way that you need it to be set up. The requirements are redstone tier 2 and a graphics card. Oh, not a graphics card. You don't need it unless you want on the screen. You definitely need a graphics card though, because you need a screen. But so you should be good from here. We're going ahead and not do anything inside open computers because that takes forever. But I'm going to show you how to import it into open computers using pastebin today. Oh, you will need one more thing from open computers that I forgot to put in. You will need a internet card inside as well. So make sure you install that if your computer is ready running. Just restart it. This will allow us to get a pastebin link. Alright. So we're going to head and head over to Visual Studio Code. To get this, you will just come to here under pastebin. You'll click my link down in the description. It will bring you to this base code that was provided in the last video. It allows you to easily code lights without any issues using already predefined table. By default, this is why this video is going to exist. By default, lights will clear out by default, so we'll show you how that happens when we get to it. But we're going to untake our link card because we're going to need one of these. I'm going to do it tier 2 because I know I'm going to need more than 16 for this light, but yours may vary based on how many frames you have. Okay, so we have this set and this set. These two are easy because they can go together. So what we could do is if I come here, we could say left turn north south goes to 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's our left turn. So we need to go ahead and come into my MC and pair it in that order. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, now that those appeared, we need to pair the straights as well. So straight goes to 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. If that happens, if it's unpaired, delete the card and we add the card. That means I messed something up. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So we have 8. We should have 8 paired so far, which matches this number. All right, this next one's a little bit complicated because you have to control them both at the same time, as well as control them separately because of the way the intersection is set up. The west and east directions go individually from each other due to the way they're set up. We're gonna do north, south, right for now. Pair them together, but we need to remember which one's which. So 9, 10. But we need to make sure we know which one's 9 and 10. So when this one goes, for example, that one will be green. And when this one goes, this one will be green. Alright, so to do that, we're going to say south, right, is equal to 9. And north, right, is equal to 10. And there we go. Now we're just going to determine the direction. So that is north, so that will be the north one. So if I determine north to be 10, that would be the second one I pair. So I need to pair the south one first. Then I compare the north one. Alright, now that those appeared, we have officially paired north and south. West and east will go through as we code. As those require special coding logic. So we just gotta remember that we're at 10. Alright, so the code of there's phase, which will be our left turns for north. Now, you gotta remember too, none of the right turns will activate on west and east because of the way it's set up, so we don't have to worry about that. Alright. So, to get the first one, use lights. You do left, turns north, south. We're going to do red, arrow, left. And then you're going to set on. There we go. So, it's now on. Alright. So, we now have... Oh, not red arrow. We need to do green arrow. Green arrow left. Alright, so now that we have that... Oh, by the way, we'll try to continue on. If you don't want to use any Project Red, just get rid of all of the redstone stuff. So the set bundle outputs and stuff like that. That will get rid of the Project Red system. And you can do everything within the computer itself then. Alright, I'm going to do os.sleep because that's all we're doing for that phase. First set of the phase. We're going to give left turns 12 seconds to turn. Right? There is a way to do sensors too. That will be the next video. Where I explain how to do a sensor so that way the traffic lights respond according to what's in. For now, we're going to do set light. Left turns again. This time we're going to do This time we're going to do our yellow arrow left. And turn that on. Now, because we haven't override anything, it will clear it out automatically for us. So we're good there. Then we're going to sleep 3 seconds for that one. Set lights. Set light. Is it set light or set lights? Yeah, it's set lights. So we're doing this wrong. I'm going to set lights. Alright, then we're going to do left turns. Red arrow left. Alright, and then turn that on. Alright, so now that that phase is completely done, we can move on to the next one. Alright, so the next one is just straights. So I'm going to set lights north over straights, because that's what we called it. We're going to say green. But wait, it's not a green bulb. It's a special bulb. To get that bulb name, we need to know all the bulb's names. Luckily, down in the description is also this paste bin. Right here, where it explains all of the bulb names. Now, some of them are RTC only. In this case, we cannot use these because we do not have these available in the bulbs that I used. Because TC doesn't have the extra bulbs that RTC has. So, we're just going to grab our bulb that we're looking for, which is a straight green. So we can go ahead and head here. Paste our straight green in. Alright, now we're going to turn that on. We need to do one more thing as well, because we can actually make R north, south, right flash. So we could do yellow arrow right and turn that to a flash state. Now, you need to make sure, since this isn't like RTC where you can actually define the bulb type as a second bulb and just make that one flash. Oh, bulb. It's just, so like this one, you need to make sure you check off the first one so only one bulb flashes. Now both of them will turn on when you set the yellow on, but only this one will flash. So we need to make sure we do that properly. Now if you're using RTC, you can always use the fact that it has 2 bulbs to control one of each too for that yellow, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But you can. Alright, OS that sleep. We're going to say this one has it for 30 seconds. A very long time. It's set lights. We need to make sure that we... Oh, make sure you don't just do soft lights, we need to do straights. Okay, then we're going to do straights here again. This time we're going to call this straight yellow. And then turn that on. Again, that will clear up everything. We're also going to need a control. Now, we need to determine here real quick. I'm thinking about doing this way first. Oops, stop that lag. Okay, we're going to do this way first, towards the school. I think that's a perfect way of doing it. So, which means this one, the north side, will turn on first. So, we're just turning the south right to red in this case. I'm going to turn it to yellow, arrow, right. So after that's turned to right, on. There we go. Now that will keep the north, right. Alright, so after we have that, we could OS that sleep for 3 seconds. Now we can set the lights to red. So straight. Straight. Oops, spell it correctly, please. Straight red. Right, then we just turn that on. And then we can do the same thing here, but for just S right. And that would be a red arrow left. Alright, there we go. We're finished with the final phase. At this point, northbound right will still be flashing, all others are fully red. Now the reason why it's still flashing is because this next step will actually turn to green anyways, so there's no conflict in doing this. Alright, so we need to get the lights for, we're going to start off with the middle one, I think. Yeah, we'll start off with the middle one. So, we need to turn these to the appropriate colors. I'm going to start with this one, because this one's going to be the complicated one. So we're at 10, so this is going to be 11. So we're going to call this, what direction are we facing? Right now we're facing west. So we're going to do the west. So west middle equals to 11. Then we do west left equals to 12. And west right equals to 13. Now, because I already paired it to this, I don't want to unpair it, because if I unpair it, it'll be broken. Should we do that? And boom. We have added all the traffic lights here. This one's going to get more complicated because it has 2 middles, so we'll get into that in a moment. But for now, we're just going to focus on coding this now. Right, so we're going to want to control the west left first. And that will just be a green arrow left. And we'll turn that on. Alright, next one. We're just going to do the rest middle. This is where it gets complicated. We're going to want to do green on, as well as another one for the west middle for the green arrow left. And turn that on as well. Now, we have a problem. The second instruction that we just gave it for the green arrow left will override the green. We don't want that. So, we're just going to turn that to a false state to not have it override. Alright, next one we need to set is the rest right, which conveniently is just a green. I'll turn that on. And then we can set our... So we did the north one. We just need to do south right now. Oh, north right, sorry. So we'd set our north right to yellow. Oh no, sorry, green arrow right. And turn that on. Alright, so there we go. We have our first part of this phase set. Now, I'm going to split this up between 2 and say 20 out of 20. So each side gets 20 seconds to cross. Alright, this is where it gets easy. Again. So set lights. West left light needs to go to a yellow arrow set lights, west middle to a yellow. Set lights, west right. Now we don't need to set any other colors because there's no override issues that we're gonna have. I'm only trying to turn on one bulb, not two bulbs. You only need this false if you're trying to turn on two bulbs in a row, so it doesn't clear the old bulb's instructions. It's gonna also be yellow. Alright, we can see. Oh, we also need to turn that one, the north right, into a yellow. Arrow right. There we go. And turn that on. We need to make sure that gets set as well. I set sleep. Now we get 3 seconds for the yellow. Conveniently, you can actually just copy all of this right here and paste it in and just change yellow to red. Just like so. Alright. This next one is going to be very similar. Except I have it in a weird setup to where there's 2 of these middles because right turn has 2 right turn lanes as well. Which means this one has a green right arrow bulb as well. So to cover for that, what we could do is east left bulb would be 14. East middle left, which would be the left turn one, would be 15. East middle right is equal to 16. This is why I needed this tier 2 one, because the tier 1 would not be able to fit past this point. East middle, east right. Sorry. East right is 17. So there's a total of 17 frames in this intersection. We're going to go ahead and pair that now. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. You should be at 17, which we are. I'm going to pop this into the computer real quick because I no longer need it, and I can go ahead. Okay, actually, you're going to have to hold on to it for now because you need the internet card. You have to take out the internet card of the computer after this. Okay. So now that we have all the TC paired, don't lose that card. We just got to function it now. So we're going to set lights. We're going to turn on in order. So east left. We'll go. Oh, I messed up here. That needs to be a red arrow because I swear I have it set up. But you can have it set up wherever way you want it, of course. And of course, you may not have this many phases. You may only have a 3-phase intersection, where it's only more than 3 phase, but 3 road intersection. So that changes it too. All right. So east left, right. We're turning that to a green arrow left. And just turn that on. Alright. Next one. We're going to turn east middle left to a green on. But actually, you can control 2 bulbs at the same time here. Because you could technically control the east middle together in some parts. So we're going to do east middle. We're going to get 15 and 16. Because instead of just that way, we only have to set one line of code for both lights. It's always okay to combine them together if it's gonna work together. Set lights. Now I just need to do the east, middle, left to a green arrow left and turn that on. And once again, we need to false the clear state so that way it doesn't clear it. Now, you gotta remember, if you do a false, you would have to clear it manually if you provide everything with falses. So for example, if I was to set this to false, this next one, a yellow to a false, then I also need to make sure I set that to clear it as well. But we don't need to worry about that because we're not dealing with a doghouse frame. For a doghouse frame though, for example, once you go to yellow, you will have to provide off here as well for the yellow states when you go see a yellow. So just keep that in mind. It will not clear it for you like we are doing here in this code. But for now, we're good. We're going to set lights. This middle right. That one's going to be a green arrow right on. Once again, you need to false it because otherwise it will clear the state on us. And last one, but at least we got an east right. And that'll be a green arrow right. And you can confirm this by going into your Minecraft world if you don't remember what you set the bulb to. Hitting Control and middle click if you're in creative. And you will see that you have the bulb set up. Alright, so that's it for that. os.sleep 3. Oh, we need to do one more light. And that's just south bright this time. And that would be a green arrow right. And we'll turn that on. Alright. We don't need to provide any more fossils because we're not using doghouse frames. But if you're using doghouse frames, you would want to provide falses to keep the lights to where you need them. Unless you're changing all of them in one shot. Alright. We're going to set lights. We're going to change the east left to a yellow arrow left. And turn that on. Set lights. We can just do the east middle all together to a yellow bulb, because east middle both have yellows. And turn that on. Set lights. East right to a yellow arrow right. And turn that on. Set lights to south right to a yellow arrow right. And turn that on. Alright. OS that sleep for 3 seconds. I'm going to make that 20 seconds. Alright. I'm just going to change half of these to all these to just red. Because the way I have my lights set up. Now you may have it set differently, so you set these to the bulbs that you need it set to. The only one that doesn't get erased completely is this one, because that one's part of the northbound. And once again, I'm going to do os.sleep 1. Alright, so I hope you guys were able to follow along on this. Now this is it. Now we're going to copy it. Again, link will be in the description to this code too if you want to review it more. But we're going to come here and create. I'm actually going to duplicate this code for now. So we're going to create a new paste and paste it in. You want to make sure it's public and no password set. You can give it a name if you like. I'm just going to call it Traffic Light Advanced for now. And you create a new paste. And there we go. Then you just copy this code right here. Now you can come into Minecraft. Come to the open computers. OS, or no, pastebin. Get, you paste you hit insert to paste in the code. Traffic.lua. Oh shoot, I hate that. Okay, we're gonna reboot the computer again. Paste, bin, get, insert. Alright, from here, I'm gonna say traffic.lua. And I would say downloading. If you do ls, you see we have traffic. And then you can run your traffic light code. Alright, we need to reboot the computer. And then you can move your network card, and we add that in. And then turn it on. Now if you do traffic, you'll notice your script will run. The script takes a minute to boot up and start acting, but here I'm going to go silence because for now, and we'll see how this works. Alright, as you can see, the lights are working as intended. Now, I did have a little issue with that right turn bulb. I believe that's just an issue here. It happens after this first phase. So that's right. Red arrow left. Oh, that's right. Okay, it just needs to be right. If you fix that, it will work. I'm not going to bother right now. So once that gets fixed, it will work as intended. Just reboot and put it in. Okay. And of course, because the way I have it set up, it goes into Flash because that's how I have it set up. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found this useful. Next video, cover traffic lights encoding and stuff, will be projectred traffic lights because there's cases where you may want to use projectred instead of open configures because open configures can be quite difficult. Anyways, I'll see you guys later in the next video.
Alright guys, thank you for watching. I worked so hard on these videos. Here is the previous video where you can watch the previous video. Here is the recommended video from YouTube. Here is the playlist to the series that is currently playing, and hit subscribe. See ya.